So it turns out college basketball might be more unpredictable this year than any other before. Welcome back, everybody, to Layup Lines, the college basketball betting show here for the Bandwagon Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, DaRock. And if you saw my picks Tuesday, you might think I don't know ball. But I did watch a lot of ball today, and there were some great games. I mean, BYU goes into Kansas, knocks off the Jayhawks. I said Texas Tech should handle Texas. That didn't happen either. The Longhorns roll into Lubbock, get a big win. And game of the night, Jared Lucas, despite missing 2 free throws at the line, saves the day, hitting a half-court buzzer beater to beat Colorado State. What a day in college basketball it was. But before we get into then Wednesday's big bets, I'm going to go here with Joe Lunardi's new bracketology like I've been doing the past couple of weeks. So let's take a look at it here real quick. So what he has is his last 4 buys currently. The Texas Longhorns, like I said, big win today. Nevada as well, like I said, big win over Colorado State with that Jared Lucas half-court buzzer beater. Hope you guys check that one out. Then Wake Forest, Mexico joined them. And then as we see our last 4 in now, Seton Hall and Providence, both in action on Wednesday. Virginia and Gonzaga, two pretty powerhouse programs. Those could be some great games in Dayton if that's what we end up with our last 4. But that's not what it's going to be. You know, we still got a couple more weeks here. Then the teams on the outside looking in, Texas A&M. However, they're favorites at home here on Wednesday. Villanova, who got a win over Georgetown, took care of business. And 2 Pac-12 teams, Utah, Colorado, see if they can squeak in. Butler, they're in action. They're favored on Wednesday. They're playing St. John's, big game for them. Ole Miss, another game I'll touch on. And then Kansas State and Iowa to wrap it out. So a lot of here, big programs, going to have some big games with big implications coming here down the stretch. And like I said, a lot of big games in the Big East on Wednesday, so let's get into them. The first one here that I'm going to be watching at 7 Eastern on Fox Sports 1, Marquette, the 5th-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles, host the Providence Friars. Marquette's a 10.5-point favorite in this one. Providence, however, did win the first meeting between these two all the way back on January 19th. It was the first game in the Big East. Big East started really early this year, and there was kind of some wacky results in that. But Marquette has won 5 straight home games by double digits. They've been rolling as of late as well. Really, the only slip-up for them has been that UConn game. But, I mean, there may not be anyone better in the country than UConn. So for that reason, I'm going to go Marquette. Ian, he was on the show a couple weeks ago. He'd be happy with that one. I think he would probably also be going with Marquette as well. So I'm going to go with the Golden Eagles to start that one. Then the next big one, Xavier and DePaul is also at that time, but I'm not going to be watching that one. Neither of those teams really in it, and DePaul may be one of the worst teams in all of major college basketball. At 8:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network, St. John's heads to Butler, like I just mentioned, on the bubble there. Need a big win here. They're 1.5-point favorites, the Bulldogs. St. John's won the first meeting between these two teams. Again, a long time ago, January 2nd, St. John's won at 86-70 at home. Butler, however, they've lost 4 straight games. They're kind of going the wrong direction. They're also only 4-4 at home this year. Teams have been able to go into Hinkle and win. And I mean, 2 of those wins have been against DePaul and Georgetown. However, St. John's are only 2-6 on the road. They're also coming off their biggest win of the year. The Garden was rocking on Sunday for that win over Creighton. Rick Pitino was in the white suit. Sean Stellato was there. They had all the celebrities, all the big names out there. It was a big day for the Red Storm. They pulled it out. So that's why I don't know if on the road they're gonna have that same juice that they had at home there. I think that's what really propelled them to the win on Sunday. So I think I'm going to go Butler. I don't feel great about that one, but I will go Butler -1.5 in that one. And then the final really Big East game here at 9 Eastern on Fox Sports 1, the second game of the doubleheader. Seton Hall heads to Creighton. Creighton's an 8.5-point favorite. Creighton won the first 2 meetings between these teams, 97-94 in Seton Hall. In triple overtime back on January 20th. That was a great game. I actually was on Seton Hall in that one, so I was sweating that. But I think this time I'm going to be riding Creighton. They are 6-3 at home this year. But like I said, they're coming off a bad loss over the weekend, but had a great win at home last week. So I don't really see why, Seton Hall are not as good of a team as UConn. However, Seton Hall did beat UConn earlier this year. But Creighton, when they're at home, I mean, that's just what I'm saying. Home court in college basketball, it gives you such an advantage. It's so electric. And I didn't touch on this on yesterday's show. I want to do a little bit. I'm going a little bit of tangent here. That's what makes college basketball special, bro. Just the home court, the home atmosphere, and You win a big game, everyone celebrates, there's court storming. Like, yes, I'm a Duke fan. I was not happy what happened with Kyle Filipowski, but, I mean, things happen, Like, I'm pro court storming. People saying get rid of court storming, that's ridiculous. Like, that is what makes college basketball special. Like, yeah, pro sports don't have that because it's not the same. Like, there's not that, like, fans are not a part of the team to the same level as, they are in college because, the students, the players and the fans, they're both students, they're on the same level. So they both, paying tuition, they're going to be at the bar, celebrating. They're going to be out on the town celebrating the big win. Might as well let them celebrate on the court, with the students, or with the players, the students and players all together, all one student body. I mean, yeah, guys get hurt. That's not great. But Creighton actually did a really good job last week. They roped off the UConn sideline, making sure like no UConn players were going to get hurt, were anywhere near fans. So I think just if teams can maybe have a little bit more safety procedures in place, something like that, where, hey, we're going to rope off this sideline, like this area's going to be blocked off, like we got to get the players out of here like right away, like maybe a little bit more precautionary stuff could be done. But getting rid of court storming would be horrible for college basketball. It better not happen. So yeah, Creighton at home, I think they get a win. Then the game of the night, in my opinion, not in the Big East, but the one ranked-on-ranked match in its matchup at 7 Eastern on ESPN2, the 11th-ranked Auburn Tigers head to the 4th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee's a 6.5-point favorite in this one. They had a huge win over the weekend on A&M, just blowing them out in their own gym. And they've also won four straight games and are 6-1 at home in conference, and they've covered that spread of 6.5 in all those games. So I like them to do it once again. Auburn, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games on the road. And that's, like I said, so hard to win on the road. Auburn just really has not been a team that I've seen is like capable of doing it so far this year. So I'm going to once again go with the home team. Give me Tennessee minus 6.5. Then a road team I'm riding for once. The second game of that ESPN2 doubleheader, SEC. 14th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, 5.5-point favorites heading to Ole Miss. Ole Miss has just been a team I've been fading all year. I do not believe in Ole Miss. Anytime they play one of these big teams, I feel like they get blown out the gym. Really, the only like big win they've had was against like Mississippi State at home. But then when they had to go to Starkville, they did not compete. They've lost. Ole Miss has also just lost 5 of their last 6 games, with that lone win being a 3-point win against Mizzou. Like, Mizzou's horrible, not a good team. Granted, they gave Tennessee a bit of a game last week, but that's a bit of a look ahead spot for Tennessee. So once again, Alabama. Finally, for once, I'm going with the road team here. I like Alabama. That's mainly just a I don't like Ole Miss pick. So give me Alabama minus 5.5. Then mid-major. I don't really know if I have one really specific game, but it is a good night for the Missouri Valley tomorrow night. All 3 of these games here are at 8 Eastern on ESPN+. First, Indiana State, they were ranked a couple weeks ago, but then, suffered 2 losses back-to-back that knocked them out. They head to Evansville, and I know if you guys saw the video a couple weeks ago, Evansville almost beat Drake, the second-place team in the conference at home, but it took a big shot by Drake. So, Evansville, not an easy place to play. It's also an in-state rivalry game. That could be a fun one to watch. Drake, second place team, they head to UIC. That's probably the bet I feel most confident in. And Drake's they're an 8.5-point favorite against UIC. UIC's not good. They're under 500. Drake, I think, is a really solid squad. And then the final game, the 3rd and 4th place teams getting into action here. Southern Illinois heads to Bradley. Bradley's 7.5-point favorite. They didn't really look great against Illinois State on the weekend. I had some family attending that game. They gave me a full scouting report. Bradley didn't really shoot the ball super well, so I don't know if I would touch 7.5 because they played Illinois State kind of close. But, I mean, these are some big games. If the Missouri Valley, I don't think they will, but any shot they would have at having a 2-bid league, these are games that these teams, in Indiana State and Drake cannot lose. They must win these games. And if Bradley, they want to, help their seed, maybe find themselves a way to sneak in the tournament, win the automatic bid there, it's another win that they're going to need as well. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for Wednesday's picks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, college basketball, like I'm saying, it's crazy right now. I'm going to try to do these videos even more for the next time. I've been doing it every Tuesday and Wednesday, so if you're enjoying them every Tuesday and Wednesday, make sure to drop a like, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell so you know when all the videos are coming out. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys this weekend. I'm going to try to get some more picks out. We got, some conferences this weekend is it for them. Conference tournaments starting the following week, so crazy time for college basketball. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm watching these games. Hope you guys are too. Hope you guys are watching them and picking with me. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.